think it's live. I think we're live. Super last minute. Didn't realize I was going to do this until just now. It looks like 3 people are watching. Let's share this out. Hey, what is going on? What's going on? I'll be right back. This is going to start in 2 minutes. I'll be right back. All right, let's get this thing going, man. Is it one? It ain't one yet. All right. All right, we're going to go live. Live. State of play. Some Tenise, thank you for that. Appreciate that. All right. It's about to go. It's about to go down. All right, here we go. It's about to go down. What is going on, everybody? I did not even think I'd be available to do this live stream until just now. I was doing work. And look who's here. Spawn on me. What is going on, bro? What is going on? This is like the most last minute ghetto stream ever. Because I looked up and I go, hey, it's 12:54. I think I can stream. Screw it. Can you have the original link? If someone could throw the original link in there. Wait, actually, I could do that. Let's do that. I can do that. And let's throw it in there. There it is. That's the original link if you're looking for it. What's in the bottle? I wish it was liquor. It's water. It's hot as hell in Southern California today. All right, so it looks like we got 30 seconds to go here. Yeah, appreciate everyone hanging out on this. Like I said, I had no clue I was doing this until just now. So anyone that's here, I appreciate it. Share this out on social media, let everybody know. I appreciate it. All right, here we go in the last 10 seconds here. So let's go ahead and get some sound going. And I'll definitely try to not talk over this stuff. What's going on, man? What's going on, everyone in the chat? Appreciate this. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see some Last of Us 2. You're not hearing? Is there no sound? All right, hold on a second. You're right. It's not. Hold on. There you go.
I want
Should be
what you
hearing it now.
want, but not at any cost.
Should have audio now.
I really hope you make it.
I have to finish it.
There's a cost.
We could have killed you.
What about now, Anthony? You should have audio on.
Maybe you should have.
I'm Neil Druckmann, Vice President of Naughty Dog and the Director of The Last of Us Part 2. We're just a few weeks away from launch on June 19th, when the game will finally be in your hands. The wait has been long, and we're extremely grateful for your patience, especially now in the midst of these unprecedented and challenging times. We hope you're all taking care of yourselves and that you, your friends, and your loved ones are doing well. Because of these extraordinary circumstances, we can't be together in this final stretch and share the experience like we usually would. So today we're trying something different. Something we've never done before. Over the next 20 minutes or so, we're going to give you an in-depth look into what awaits you in The Last of Us Part 2, including new details about the gameplay experience and story. And to cap it all off, we'll be showing a never-before-seen, lengthy gameplay sequence. You'll definitely want to stick around for that.
All right, let's do it.
I don't know what happened. I was supposed to take her to the Fireflies and walk away. They were actually going to make a cure. The only catch, it would kill her.
The Last of Us Part 2 picks up Ellie and Joel's story several years after the events of the first game. Ellie and Joel have settled in Jackson, Wyoming, amongst a thriving community of survivors. With the threats of the world kept outside the town's walls, Jackson has been able to find relative peace and even stability. Ellie is now 19, lives on her own, and has been able to forge lasting relationships within the community.
Scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate our kiss from last night?
However, this peace is short-lived.
Of course not.
Jackson and Ellie suffer a violent and traumatizing event. Ellie sets off back into the treacherous outside world in search of retribution and justice. Her journey will take her to new parts of the country previously unexplored in The Last of Us. The story spans multiple seasons and climates, from the snow-capped mountains of Jackson to the lush Pacific Northwest. Each introduces a wide range of exterior and interior environments for you to navigate and explore, rendered in meticulous detail and unprecedented scale with the latest iteration of the Naughty Dog engine. Our goal was to make these environments not only beautiful, but feel as grounded and authentic to the cities they're based on as possible. Much of the story unfolds in what remains of Seattle, a massive former quarantine zone. Its locales are incredibly diverse, spanning a dense city center with a skyline of towering high-rises to the beautiful suburbs and stormy waterfronts that surround it. The city exhibits drastic shifts in architecture, elevation, and weather. And with Part 2, we've introduced new traversal mechanics that afford greater exploration and ways to navigate threats. Ellie is not only able to climb and jump over gaps, but she can use ropes to scale vertical terrain or swing over obstacles, allowing you to discover new areas, resources, and side narratives. These more open environments also create new strategic considerations in combat,
Yeah, the game looks
whether
great.
it's to get the jump on enemies or bypass them entirely. The Last of Us Part 2 features some of the largest environments we've ever created. Horseback riding will allow Ellie to quickly cover some of these expansive terrains. Some streets are so flooded that a boat is required to navigate them.
This is a bit-
However,
this is impressive.
the world of The Last of Us is as lush and inviting as it is deadly.
This is dope.
As Ellie uncovers the path to finding those who have wronged her, she must face the many threats of this unknown city. In the wake of the pandemic and the fall of the quarantine zone, Seattle has become a war zone, where two warring factions find themselves in an ongoing conflict for territory and resources. One of these groups is the Washington Liberation Front, otherwise known as the WLF. The WLF are a militia group that began as resistance to the military occupation of Seattle and eventually wrestled control of the city from them. They are highly trained, organized, and well equipped with weapons they stole from the army. They occupy much of the city, imprisoning or killing trespassers on sight.
Hey, we got another trespasser. A girl. Did you see her?
On the other side of this bloody conflict is a group of religious zealots called the Seraphites, or Scars, defined by the self-inflicted deep cuts that they bear across their faces. Like the WLF, they're deeply tribalistic and territorial. They're known for being stealthy, using overgrowth as cover, and they use more silent weapons like bows and arrows.
Clip her wings.
But beyond this conflict among survivors, the threat that originally brought the world to its knees is very much present. Every human is in danger of falling victim to the infected. They are the recently infected runners, who are more numerous and aggressive in this game. The blind but extremely deadly clickers, and the stalkers, who sneak and hide until they're ready to attack, surprising their victims with extreme agility and brutal violence. The Last of Us Part 2 introduces new stages of infected, such as the Shamblers. Large, heavily armored enemies that are covered in pustule. Upon getting close to you, they expel a corrosive spore cloud that burns its victims. But our most terrifying and lethal new forms of infected will have to wait until you play the game for yourselves. Overcoming these threats will require careful consideration of how you approach every combat encounter and how you leverage Ellie's unique skills, equipment, and the environment to your advantage. The WLF patrol the streets of Seattle with guard dogs, which are capable of detecting and following you, even while in cover.
You think this guy's connected to the
They can pick up your scent and alert their handlers to your presence. Listen mode will reveal your scent trail, so keep moving and cause distractions to avoid detection.
They could be hiding anywhere.
25 years after the pandemic began, the world is completely overgrown. Use tall grass to hide from enemies and go prone to stay out of sight. However, this form of analog stealth means you're never fully hidden. If enemies get close enough, they can discover you, even in grass. When Ellie is overwhelmed, running away is a viable option. You can also break glass or crawl through tight spaces to find new paths or areas to evade or take on your enemies. In any given combat situation, you can flee an encounter and re-establish stealth to regain the advantage. If you absolutely have to fight your way out, there are a variety of tools at your disposal. Ellie's more agile than most of her enemies. She can sprint and quickly dodge incoming attacks. Learning how opponents attack with different weapons and mastering the timing of your dodges will prevent you from taking damage and create opportunities to counterattack. You can use throwable items or well-placed shots to stun enemies before dealing a killing blow. Or using them as a shield to protect yourself or buy some time to figure out your next move. Ellie isn't always alone on her journey. Allies will take part in helping you navigate the environments, spot enemies, and meaningfully help you in combat encounters.
Back off! Got you now!
Damn. Like I felt that.
Between the human survivors and the roaming infected, there will be times where multiple threats are present, creating new strategic considerations and opportunities. You can choose whether to attack these opponents separately and directly, or find ways to pit them against each other. Flee as they fight, or wait until their numbers have thinned out and engage with whomever's left. Our goal is to create unparalleled tension, coupled with deep systems that give you greater control and influence over your journey. As you play, you'll be able to invest in a broad collection of crafting items, weapon, and player upgrades through training manuals scattered throughout the environment and scavenging for ingredients.
I mean, the game looks phenomenal.
These skills and upgrade manuals cater to a variety of playstyles, and the choices you make will create your own distinct experience. We also wanted to extend that agency and personalization to your weapons through our new workbench system. Scavenge for parts to modify and improve your weapon's performance and attributes, all of which are visualized and become part of your character. Survival will also require using the parts and ingredients that you'll find in the environment, which can be crafted into a wide range of defensive and offensive items, like proximity mines, explosive arrows, pistol suppressors, and more. All of these gameplay systems are meant to immerse you in the world and make you feel in lockstep with Ellie's emotional journey.
I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. Very, very impressed.
As we've said before, this is Naughty Dog's largest, most ambitious game. It may seem like we covered a lot, but we've only scratched the surface of what it's like to play The Last of Us Part 2. We can't wait for you to experience it all for yourself on June 19th. Until then, here's an extended sequence of never-before-seen gameplay.
All right, here we go.
Enjoy.
And just think, this is PlayStation 4. This ain't PlayStation 5, and it looks phenomenal. Oh my God, I can't wait. I'll be quiet though. Watch this.
Did you find her yet?
Shit.
Escape while no one was looking. We're searching the area, just in case she's still around.
Isaac's not happy about it.
No shit.
Escape. What the fuck are they talking about?
Don't make a fucking sound. Hands up.
Let me see.
Do you know a girl named Nora?
Sure, yeah.
Where is she?
In the hospital.
Where in the hospital?
Yeah, they're clearing out the upper floors. She's somewhere in there.
That was so good. I'll talk about it after the stream. That was really good. I mean, the girl was emoting fear with that knife to her neck. Like it was legit. And then, yeah, I loved it.
Boat's away. Word is we're almost wrapped up.
Good. I got my girl waiting for him for Bob.
You shitting me? They put you with Joe again?
Upstairs.
Hey, we get the job done.
I bet you do. Oh, this is not fair.
I'm telling you, man. Data soldier. It makes these shifts so much easier.
Sure. I'll keep that in mind.
Fuck. Sounds like scars are getting closer.
Hope that's our guys executing those freaks.
Hey, did you hear why we're all getting called up to the fob?
I heard that Isaac wants us to retake all of downtown.
I heard we might take the fight to them.
Oh, no way. Not after what went down last time. Even Isaac isn't that crazy.
It's what I heard.
Shut up. All right, calm down. God damn!
The old Coke bottle for a suppressor. Love it.
Charlotte! We're under attack! Sticky tape from that way!
Oh, shit. I think I'm going to be saying that 100 times in the game. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Fan out. Check the whole course out. Someone's out there.
Yes, this is what happens when you get the time needed to. Oh my god, the dog. You know people gonna be complaining about the dogs. That's happening.
Saw movement.
I'll go check it out.
I got you covered.
Holy shit! Shit! Look out! Move! Over here!
Love it, love it.
Drop her now, crook! Asshole! I found her!
Game's so brutal.
Right over there! Damn it! Find another way off!
you, Nora?
Some Ice Cube. Here we go. Today is not going to be a good day.
The fuck was Abby here?
I'm not stupid. You're gonna tell us where she went.
When Isaac talks to us about this...
I'm getting tired of this.
Nora. Nora! I'm not going down for her, man.
How did they not hear Ellie crawling in the vents?
Don't scream. Put that shit down. You remember me? Yeah. You remember me.
Woo! Oh my god. Yeah. This is gonna be phenomenal. Phenomenal. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, that's gonna be phenomenal. I mean, you know what? Spoilers be damned. I hope no one comes in here spoiling anything. Be respectful to everyone. It doesn't matter. The game, just the environment that Naughty Dog has created, just the fluid animations, the emotions that the characters are displaying. I mean, you were transported into that world. It was that good. It was that freaking good. I'm blown away. I can't wait. Definitely picking it up day one for sure. Yeah, that was good. This is what happens when a developer is given the time to make the game that they want to make. That, like, you can criticize Druckmann, whatever winds up happening in the game, whatever, doesn't matter. But this is the game that he wanted to make. This is the game that Naughty Dog wanted to make, and it looks freaking phenomenal. This is, again, why they're one of the best developers in the world, man. So I'm very impressed. I'm super excited for this. Super excited for this. This is what I was hoping The Last of Us 2 would be, what it would look like, and it's definitely delivering, for sure delivering. So, I don't know. Let's see what the chat is saying. But I appreciate all you guys rocking out with me, watching this. Yeah, Pete, that is actually a really good question, because I'll fully admit I was on the fence of, do I just get rid of my PlayStation 4 and just not even worry about it, play Last of Us 2 when the PlayStation 5 comes out? But since I still have my PlayStation 4, F that noise. I'm picking it up day one. But anyone that doesn't have a PlayStation 4, yeah, that's kind of a tough decision, because, I mean, obviously, if you can wait a couple months, you can just play it on a PlayStation 5, but the experience might get spoiled when it's out completely out in the wild. So, tough decision. I'd probably say after what I just saw, I would go pick up a PlayStation 4. I put it that way. But my God, just the brutal nature of that world, to just see how Ellie navigated the world, and just there were no F's given at all. Just it embraced the brutality of what the Last of Us universe would be. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Oh, and Drunken Ninja. Yeah, hey, you know, it's not going to be for everyone. I can get it, not being down with the quality of the game. If it's not for you, not every game is going to be for everyone. I don't disparage anyone for not being into it, but it hit all the buttons for me. I tell you that. So I'm excited. I'm excited for it, for sure. Really looking forward to it. But, you know, I appreciate everyone jumping in on the stream. Like I said, this was like the most extreme last minute thing ever that I even did this, because I've been in the middle of an audit, and it ended at 12:54, and I looked and I go, I got 6 minutes. I think I can do a stream. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for this. And Mariano, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. And you are saying to me, Paris, you think there will be 2 SKUs for The Last of Us 2, or will it update PS4 to PS5? I think we're going to find out June 3rd, rumored, allegedly. I think that's part of the sales pitch that they're going to display on June 3rd, is how PS4 games are going to go to PS5. I don't necessarily know if there'll be a quote-unquote PlayStation 5 version of The Last of Us 2 at launch, but, you know, backwards compatibility, I mean, it's going to be working day one. I don't see why it wouldn't. Oh, Awkward. Thank you for hanging out, man. If you're still here, appreciate that. Again, I appreciate everyone that jumped in here while I was doing this. Like I said, this was just a really last minute thing. So, yeah, just figured, hey, let's watch The Last of Us 2 together. You know, more good stuff is coming that we're going to get to stream and talk about. Coming up here starting next week. Can't wait for that. Obviously, the PlayStation event, if the rumor is true. Then we know EA Play is going to happen. Obviously, Cyberpunk Night City Wire is going to happen on the 11th. And Microsoft is going to have some June event too. And we know we're getting IGN and the Summer Game Fest. So there's going to be a lot of stuff. And, okay, I'm looking at a couple different questions here. And again, everyone with the super chat, I truly appreciate that. Trust me, like I got this new microphone right here. That's what that money goes towards. I appreciate that. Trying to upgrade the equipment. So thank you for that. And Southern Locust is saying, on a different note, I noticed the music was quite different too, but I could still hear. Yeah, exactly. It was familiar enough, but it was different, which was good. What's going on, Esco? How you doing? And Daedra Fighter is saying, hey, Paris, out of context. But I just want to say that I share the same hype as you for Cyberpunk. I'm a college student and I have pre-ordered it, meaning I didn't buy any game this year to save money. Wow, you know what? Money well saved. That's what I'll say. Because if I can only choose one game in 2020, it damn sure would be Cyberpunk. But I tell you what, Last of Us 2 is going to be right on up there. Abso-freaking-lutely. I can see this when we get to the Game Awards in December. It's going to be nominated for a lot of stuff. This is going to be really good. Yeah, CC, my jaw was on the ground too, man. I mean, I'm just the whole time, I'm like, God damn, just with the brutality the entire time. And Imbos is saying Ghost of Tsushima better than Last of Us 2. You know, hey, fair. Again, everyone has their own opinions, their own preferences. I totally get it. Ghost of Tsushima looks really great too. I mean, it's definitely on my radar. I think I want to see a little bit more of it. But what we got to see, what was that, last week or 2 weeks ago, was good. It was really good. And what is DJ Syllabus saying? You think Xbox will have any exclusives like The Last of Us, not in gameplay, but just in caliber? I'll say this, they better. I mean, we'll find out in July. I mean, you know, since we're not saying specific genre, just caliber, Halo Infinite better be the same caliber. I better have my jaw on the ground watching that Halo Infinite demo in July. Whatever the initiative is working on, jaw better be on the ground. Whatever Rare is gonna have. Obviously, Playground Games making Forza Horizon, Fable, all that stuff. If this alleged Perfect Dark rumor is true, yeah, they better. Or all this Game Pass and the marketing, everything's great. But at the end of the day, it's about the games, man. And that's the one thing about PlayStation that they'll always be able to hang their hat on. The past 7 years, they've been delivering games. And that's what we play for. We play for the games. Let's see. And what else do we have here? The one thing that sucks is when you have multiple great games released around the same time, we have to choose. I tell you right now, easy choice for me. September 17th, I know what I'm playing. I don't care what else is out. That's what I'm playing, and I played it for a while. I'll play the other stuff when I get a chance. Danny and I were even just talking about this yesterday. I'm pretty sure I'm Cyberpunk from September to probably November when Halo comes out. And then I'll peek my head out, see what the landscape looks like. Might play something else, but I'm definitely going to go back to Cyberpunk. That will be my main game, and that will be the focus of this channel. And David Cage games. Yeah, I saw that announcement too about David Cage with those games coming to PC, which is great. Horizon Zero Dawn is coming to PC. I can't wait till that gets announced. And Sam Ash is saying, good day, everyone. Love the content. I love your input on the industry. How do you think games will be put out on PlayStation 5. I still have the PS4 branding or the PlayStation. No, I think PlayStation 5 games will specifically say PlayStation 5. They're not going to do what Xbox is doing where it's ambiguous across multiple platforms. I think there will be PlayStation 5 only games. There will be PlayStation 4 only games, but PlayStation 5 will be backwards compatible to PlayStation 4. And I personally don't have high hopes for Halo, but Microsoft is playing hard with Hellblade 2. Unfortunately, though, it looks like it's their only Yeah, I'm even thinking about Hellblade 2. Yeah, that's another one. We'll see. I am being cautiously optimistic about Halo Infinite because I think the stakes are so high for that IP that 343, Xbox, Microsoft as a whole cannot screw that up. They cannot. Whatever resources you have to throw at it, however much money, talent, I don't care. This is probably why you saw some movement on their leadership team over the past couple of years at 343, because whatever Infinite has to be, dude, it better be amazing. We better be screaming Master Chief is back, Halo's back. I want to see the esport things with I want everyone excited for Halo again. That's what I want to see with Halo. Because if Halo Infinite flops, they're, for all intents and purposes, killing the Halo IP. It's not going to matter anymore. Because honestly, as we sit here today, in my opinion, the Halo franchise is not relevant today. It's living off the nostalgia of the past. But Halo 5 was that bad that it damn near ruined the Halo IP. And what else? I'm not going to say Halo Infinite is Xbox's last hope. It's not. I mean, again, we'll see in July. We they're setting themselves up with all these studio acquisitions to have a nice, robust lineup of games, and they just have to. We're at the point they just got to show me. Just show me. That's where I am. I am positive. I'm optimistic, but show me. That's where we are, and that's what July is going to be. And Guru's asking me, "No Destiny? Are you done?" No, I'm not done with Destiny, but I'll say this, kind of along those same lines. I have not played Destiny for any significant amount of time in the year 2020. I think that sums it up. I still follow the community. I'm still great friends with a lot of people there. I follow the TWAB every week. I know what's going on with Destiny, but I am not happy with Destiny. I think Trials was a misfire with the way that they rolled that out. The season pass is not working the way that it was intended to work. The FOMO thing's not working. They've acknowledged that there's work to be done. Let's see if that happens with the fall expansion. And trust me, I will run back, with open arms to Destiny if I'm excited to play it again. But I also look at it this way. I've been playing that game since 2014. So if it's time to move on, I will move on. I don't want to, but if I need to, I'm content because I've had so many amazing experiences in that community with that game that I'm good. But I don't want to be done. I'll be clear about that. I just don't like what this season, the seasonal model has been since Shadowkeep. So hopefully this new expansion in fall, I'm back, baby. I hope I'm saying that. I hope I just tweeted, I'm back, like I'm Jordan coming back to the Bulls in '95. Talking more about Halo. Do you think Halo waited too long? No, I think if Halo needed this amount of time, then you take the time. You don't rush it. That's what I think. If they were like, Halo's not coming back till 2022, I was like, take your time. Get it right. It's been 5 years. If they needed 5 years to get it right, then God bless them, get it right. Do you think Series X could be held back by Microsoft's less powerful console? TBD. Let's see. I look, when we had Phil Spencer on, I asked him that very question. I phrase it a little differently, but for all intents and purposes, that's what I was asking him. And he seems confident that it will not be. And you also have to remember this. At some point, there will be Series X only games, right? But in the first year, most games are kind of quote unquote cross-generational anyways. So I understand them taking the approach to let people kind of ease into the next gen at their pace versus forcing them day one. The only way you can play Halo Infinite is on Series X. Instead, they're saying, nah. Halo Infinite, you can play it on Xbox One, you can play it on PC, you can play it on Series X, but hey, here's some of the enhancements that Series X is going to allow you to have. Because of the better CPU, better SoC GPU, all that kind of stuff, faster load times with the SSD. I'm not too concerned about that. I mean, some of the smartest people on the planet work at Xbox, and just like we just saw with The Last of Us 2, You're really complaining about that? That's running on a current gen console. It'll be fine. I'm not worried. I don't disagree, Sam. I do think Activision isn't as much the bad guy as we thought they were. I'll just leave my comments at that. But there's some amazing people over there at Bungie. I love them to death, and they'll get it right. I have confidence they'll get it right. Do I think it matters if exclusives are single-player games or not? Because if Halo is going to carry Xbox Series X, it may look soulless against Sony's strong single-player experience. It's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. I think, like, you look at Sony having these exclusive games that are, you know, single-player driven, like Spider-Man, God of War, The Last of Us, etc., Horizon Zero Dawn, and they've clearly carried PlayStation to where they are right now. I think look, you know, from a business standpoint, I mean, polished exclusives matter because they clearly will create brand loyalty. We see it on social media every day. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be, again, I want to see what Microsoft has before I comment too much on what they can or cannot do. I just want to see the games, and then I can obviously comment accordingly from there. But we got to see them. We just got to see them. And talking more about Destiny. Yeah, Skolas will always be the OG for me in Destiny. I mean, I don't know if Khalifa's still here or not, but man, what a mighty day that was. The day we cleared Skolas. What else are we seeing here? Cyberpunk 2077 is my next BioShock and Mass Effect. Yeah, I mean, this Cyberpunk for me is my most anticipated game since Mass Effect 2, for sure. And I'm super excited for it. Clearly, I mean, obviously I talk about it on social media a lot. I want to do a lot of content on this channel with the game. Obviously, Night City Wire coming up. You know, I want to stream it here and just make a big celebration out of it, react to what we see, the whole thing. And what is Frederick saying here? He's saying Mike sounding nice, man. Can't wait for Cyberpunk. Yeah, thanks. Yep. Just got this mic the other day. It's the Audio Technica AT2020, and yeah, so far so good. Obviously, you said it yourself, sounded good, so I appreciate that. Oh, Dimitri, good question. No, not all of them have been on New Game Plus. 2 of them have been on New Game Plus. I have done, and I've talked about this numerous times. So just start to finish, all pieces of DLC, everything. I've done that twice. One of them was on New Game Plus. One of them was without. And then other 2 times I did it without New Game Plus. So, you know, what I've been doing like the last couple years, I have a ton of saves. I'll go into like an old save and I'll do like a different scenario than whatever I did before. Like I'm playing right now. I started playing on a random save. This was when the Witcher series came out, and I wound up just completing the game all over again. And right now I'm in Hearts of Stone. That's where I'm at. And then I'm just gonna do Hearts of Stone, right on into Blood and Wine, and then I'm gonna finish that. I'm gonna kiss the game, tuck it under my pillow, and then I'm gonna wait for Cyberpunk, and then I'm gonna put The Witcher down for a while. That's my plan right now. And just FYI, mute Last of Us 2 on Twitter as a talk. Oh yeah, I'm sure it is. Doesn't surprise me. People are gonna complain about things that will take a risk, or things that dare to be political or edgy. So it is what it is. My advice, like you said, just mute it, ignore it, enjoy the game for what you want it to be, you know, and just leave it at that. Don't let people online hide anonymous behind a keyboard, cloud your judgment, or tell you what to think. Think what you want to think. I'm not even convinced we're going to get a Division 3, but that's just my personal opinion. I'll leave it at that. What else do we have? You ever thought about talking about working out in the gym on your channel? Yes. And if I could work out right now, I would definitely be talking about it. I'll just say this. Not that I'm struggling because I can't go to the gym, but it bums me out a little bit. Was doing it for 9 years until I was forced to do it because of the pandemic. and it just was a routine in my life. So just readjusting to not having that constant is weird. That's a better way to put it. It's just weird not working out. So that just means work on the diet. You know, I walk a lot. I go run up this hill over by my house a lot, stuff like that. You know, I have some minimal dumbbell weights. I do some different things, and just, you know, just trying to maintain where I am. And then when the gym opens back up, hopefully, you know, sooner rather than later, when it's safe, you know, I'll be back. And Daedra, hey, thank you, appreciate you hanging out, appreciate it. And again, I appreciate all the different opinions and everything. We don't have to all love everything. I think that's the beauty of gaming, is we all have our opinions, and mine is no more valuable or valid than anyone else. That's just always my philosophy on it. I just happen to be crazy enough to sit in front of a camera on the internet and talking to a microphone. It's about the only difference. And right, so what time is it? All right, I'm going to wrap this up. Like I said, this was the most last minute thing ever, and we're approaching an hour since I decided to jump on. So let's see, we got a couple more questions in here. Again, thank you people that sent super chat. I appreciate that. Help support the channel, just upgrade my equipment, looking at some cameras I want to purchase in the near future. So anything helps. You look up to me? I'm nobody to look up to. Trust me. I'm just a loudmouth on the internet, dude. You know, that's it. That is it. And I'm a fan of certain things, and I will talk about them and give my opinion. Anybody can do what I'm doing. So please don't look up to me. I'm nobody. But looks like that's it, unless another question's coming in. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. But another last minute stream. Oh, I got a dislike. That always fascinates me. What did I do wrong? I always wonder that. That always makes me laugh. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining in. And I remind you of your cousin. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. So I'll say this. I don't know if we're probably doing a live stream on GTR this Sunday. I think Danny, Pete, and I were going to get together. So probably won't be on this channel. Probably be on the GTR channel on Twitch on Sunday. I might sneak in another live stream or two here on the channel over the next week or so. I am going to be a guest on a pretty big YouTube podcast next Tuesday. I won't say what it is until he announces it. Then I'll put it out there. But June 2nd, I'm going to be on a Xbox podcast talking Xbox, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm free to holler. So for Sunday, yeah. You know, Danny, he records stuff, Pete, and he goes, "Hey, I already recorded like the next 43 episodes." And I'm like, "Well, okay, I guess I'm going on YouTube to stream then." But the plan is, regardless, I'll sneak in a couple more streams. But June 11th, that is the day. Night City Wire. Tell all your friends. We're going to live stream Cyberpunk 2077. I'm so effing excited. I can't wait. Hold on. Let me close that. But I always get so freaking excited. I can't wait. June 11th, Night City Wire. As soon as they put the time out, obviously I'll be talking about it on social media and everything. I hope everyone can join. Share it out to your friends. Let them know. Let's make it a big event. Let's make it a party. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So again, I'm going to go ahead and end this. Thank you all for hanging out. And Pete, I know what you mean. But I'm going to go ahead and end this. Thank you guys for checking it out. And I'll see you again soon. And holla at me on social media.